Hey guys, so long time no see. I think the last video I filmed, well, last videos I filmed and uploaded were our Derbyshire trip all the way back in May. It's now the 30th of October. A lot has happened in that time. So, firstly, if you've been watching for 2-3 years, you will recognise this as my mum's house. I'm in my crafty space. I'm here because my mum's got a workman coming, and yeah, I said I could be here, so none of them had to take a day off of work for it. For what will hopefully only be sort of a 20-minute, half-an-hour job. So if you watched, I think it was part 8 of the Derbyshire videos, you will know that Cameron proposed. So this is the engagement ring, beautiful, I love it. I did know he was going to propose. So yeah, he actually proposed on my birthday, in front of a waterfall with no one else around, in the Peak District in Derbyshire. It was lovely. That was a really good holiday. So yeah, that is an update. So wedding planning happened pretty quickly. I got started, so we decided on 2025 as the year, just so that we had time to save some money and spread the cost of it a bit more, because weddings are expensive. If you've ever planned one, I'm sure you will know. So, and then I asked a couple of venues for prices, and a couple came back to me and said, we've only got like 2 dates in those months you're looking at. So we wanted like April, May time. So I was like, okay, we need to crack on and get this booked, at least the venue and like the main suppliers. So we did that, we chose our venue, we've got our venue booked. Caterer booked because we have to use a certain caterer. Photographer is booked. I've got my wedding dress chosen. I've got my shoes. I've got my veil. I've got like my jewellery and accessories, which I bought off of Etsy. What other suppliers have we got? We've chosen the person to do the cake. And we're on like their list for when they open their 2025 diary. I'm waiting for florist to get back to me with a more accurate quote, but I'm probably going to book her anyway. And by more accurate quote, I said the flowers that I would like, so that, and what sort of arrangements we're wanting, so that she could sort of piece together a more accurate quote for us. What else is booked? I've got my bridesmaids. I think that's... like, we've got all the main things booked, definitely. The last things to book and pay deposits for, like initial deposits for, are the cake, but we've chosen florist and hair and makeup. But I'm pretty sure I know who I'm going to go with for hair and makeup. I just need to pluck up the courage and ring them. I don't like making phone calls. So, because they don't have like an email thing where you can just email them, which I think is a little bit odd. But anyway, so yeah, I think that is obviously like Cameron's got to find a suit and stuff. I've chosen myself and my bridesmaids have chosen the dresses and like the colour. So yeah, we are pretty much there. We need to go to, we're going to go to the jewellers where my engagement ring was made, and speak to them about our wedding bands. So we need to do that sort of like in the new year time. So yeah, that is wedding stuff. So then in end of June, early July, I got a new job. So I left the restaurant I was working at and started dog grooming. And then in early September, we found out that I am pregnant. So it was not a planned pregnancy. We had started discussing sort of like starting to try, because we worked out we could afford to have a baby, and then we found out I was pregnant. So we're really excited. I am actually 12 weeks today. This video won't be going up until I've had my 12-week scan, which is on Thursday. Yeah, this video will also probably only go up if there were no issues at that scan. But we shall see. Fingers crossed, and there's no genuine wood around here, but touch wood, there won't be any issues. But we did have a slight scare. I was at work one day and had a bit of bleeding. So I did actually have an early scan as well. We thought I was about 8 weeks, but it was measuring at 7 weeks, which is fine. We went to the Lake District for supposedly a week, ended up being I think 3 nights because of the weather, and the tent broke, so then we stayed a bit longer with my eldest brother and sister-in-law up in Yorkshire, which was lovely to spend some time with them. And we did actually come home early, a couple of days early, but that's by the by. And then I was struggling with nausea quite badly, so I spoke to the doctor to see if there was anything they could do, and my doctor prescribed something, I can't remember what it is, which did help, but I also spoke to them about whether it was safe for me to continue working, explained sort of some of the duties of a dog groomer, and the doctor advised me against it and signed me off of work until what would have been the start of my maternity leave in April. And then so I sent that to my boss, and then the next day she terminated my contract. That is all I am saying on that. So yeah, yeah, I'm not going to go into any detail about that, at least not at the moment, and probably not anytime soon, so don't ask me to share any details about that at all. But obviously that means we are down to one income, so things have got quite a bit tighter. So I am looking for another job. we very kindly got a friend who's asked me to dog sit their greyhound as well, and will pay me for that. I don't think that will be that regular, but it's some extra money. At least. So yeah, life has been a bit difficult recently. The annex though is progressing nicely. It's a bit behind schedule, but not massively. We should have the kitchen redone in the main house in February, hopefully, so well before baby arrives. Baby is due in May at some point. I have we have got a few bits already from I had actually, after Cameron and I think it was after our first Christmas together, I had been buying bits and pieces of like sleep suits and stuff over a period of time when I had a bit of extra money. I know that probably sounds completely crazy, but I was just, we had already had the both definitely want children conversation, and I was pretty confident that Cameron was, as happy as it sounds, the one, and would be the father of my children and all of that. So I know that sounds really sappy and probably a bit odd, but I knew I definitely, even if it wasn't necessarily with Cameron, I knew I definitely wanted children at some point in the future. But I was pretty confident it would be with Cameron. So you can call me mad and crazy and whatever in the comments if you want to, but that is how I was feeling. So like, we've actually probably got enough sleep suits in newborn and 0 to 3 size. Excuse me. And then I've this last week discovered Vinted for baby items. So I've used a little bit of my savings because luckily I have been able to save quite a bit over the last couple years when I was working at the restaurant, because for most of that I was living here with my mum where I wasn't paying any rent. So I've got some good deals on not just some clothing which is in the other sizes, sort of later down the line sizes, just so we have some stuff in, but also like a carrier, and I think I've got some milk storage bags as well coming, and a couple of like other things which aren't that are not clothing but are needed for baby and postpartum and stuff. So I will probably do a haul video when all those bits arrive. So I have been doing like some research on what help we can get financially. So we are waiting to hear back from one application, and then I will, because I have worked 26 weeks from the 29th of January this year, I will qualify. I should be able to get some maternity allowance, which comes from the government rather than statutory maternity pay. So statutory maternity pay you get if you are an employed person. Maternity allowance is what you normally get if you're self-employed, and like, or run your own business and stuff. So yeah, sorry, my emails are exploding with dispatch notifications from the stuff I have bought from Vinted. So yeah, life is going to be tight financially for the foreseeable, but family is going to help as much as they can with both baby and wedding costs. So yeah, bit of a bummer, but yeah, we are looking forward to baby's arrival. We are calling baby Bean at the moment. That will not be their name when they've actually arrived. We're not going to be finding out the gender, sex. I'm not entirely sure what the correct word is in this PC world that we are living in now. Yeah, we're not going to be finding out if baby is a boy or a girl before they're born, which is partly because we want the surprise, and partly also if anyone does buy us clothing or stuff or that sort of thing, they have to buy gender neutral stuff, because we would like more children, and then we don't have to sort of buy completely new clothing if we ended up with like loads of girl stuff if this one is a girl, or like loads of boy stuff if this one is a boy. Although I feel like boy stuff, most of it you can put a girl in fairly easily, because I have bought a few items which have been labelled as boy, and I'm like, no, you can. I think that looks pretty gender neutral to me. So, but anyway, we are looking forward to Bean's arrival. So Christmas this year is going to be pretty much entirely handmade, homemade things. We've had pretty good ideas for everyone. I'm actually working on some bits right now. You won't be able to see in detail what it is, but there is something there which is for Cameron. I'm pretty sure I've got, list on my phone of bits for people as well. I am way behind on my scrapbooking. I was here last Monday as well, and I did, I think, four scrapbook layouts, so I'm gonna probably do some, actually no, because I need to work on my mum's Christmas cards. So again this year, I think I've done it the last 4 or 5 years now. My mum has paid me to make her Christmas cards for her, so I have stocked up on my preferred size of card blanks, which are, and also it's my preferred brand as well, so they're the Craft UK C6 white cards and envelopes. I've got 150 of these. I bought these off Amazon. I think they were £16, maybe not even that much, I can't remember. And then I did also buy I think 3 Christmas stamp sets as well to use. So I'll either use one of the new ones or one of the older ones that I've not used before for the Christmas cards, because that's the easiest way. The time-consuming bit is then colouring them in. So yeah, that will give us a bit of money. I do have as I said previously, I think has reasonable amount saved, which obviously I'd rather not use to live on if I can help it, but realistically I'm going to have to use it for, or at least use some of it. So yeah, and then we are going down in a week on Sunday to see family friends who Cameron hasn't met yet, so we're going with my mum, so Cameron can meet them, because they are invited to the wedding. They will be coming to the wedding, I think they've said as well. So they live down in Buckinghamshire, I think it's Buckinghamshire. So it'll be nice to see them. I've not seen them in ages. And what else have we got coming up? We've got a friend's child's first birthday party coming up, so that'll be nice as well. Then I think all of our weekends from that point are free until like Christmas. And then the first weekend in the new year we are going to go down to Lakeside to get some bits for the kitchen from IKEA, because we've got all that stuff to buy as well, but we're going to basically stick to the essentials that we need for everyday cooking for the time being at least, and then gradually get the little bits and pieces that we need. And then we will also get, I'm pretty sure there's a Mamas, like a big Mamas and Papas down there. There's definitely a Mamas and Papas down there. I'm not sure if it's like in its own unit still, or if it's one of the ones that has been pushed into like a Next or somewhere else, into like another shop. But we're going to go there to look at sort of like pushchairs and nursery furniture. So yeah, I say we're pretty sure we're decided on like the travel system we're going to be getting. I'm the one who's done the research, and Cameron has sort of like said, you're the one who's done the research, I'll trust your judgment. He has said though that he's likes the nursery furniture I've chosen, so nursery furniture wise, we are literally just going to be getting the cot bed and like changing table, chest of drawers. We were thinking about getting a wardrobe as well, but then we thought we're probably in the room which will end up being sort of like the nursery room eventually, in due course. Cameron's going to put in a built-in wardrobe anyway, and then we'll have like a wardrobe to get rid of and stuff, and like the baby wardrobes, and they're not going to last them forever, are they? So whereas obviously a built-in wardrobe, it's a built-in wardrobe, will suit them for all the way to when they're teenagers. That's a scary thought. Gonna have like a teenager in 15, not even 15 years. Oh dear. Anyway, so yeah, I will at some point probably do a sort of like my first trimester sort of video, and then I'll probably do a second one, and then like second trimester, and then third trimester. So there will be some baby content on here. Cameron and I have decided that like we might show baby's face like initially, sort of like once or twice when they're teeny tiny still and don't really have much unique features, but as they get older and sort of more of a person, like more personality and stuff, we've decided not to show baby's face. when they get to an age, if I'm still making YouTube videos by that point, when they get to an age where they can understand the implications of having their face on the internet and stuff, and they want to be in videos, then that will be their decision. But as long as they like can't understand the potential implications of having their face on the internet, they won't be in videos. I'm going to say that now. That is our personal decision. Just like sort of Cameron and I are perfectly comfortable being on videos and stuff, but the rest of the family is not, which is why you never see their faces or anything. Which is partly for some of them the jobs that they do, and then the others they're just not comfortable with it, which is fair enough. I think that is all the updates from the last however many months. So yeah, and this video is already 26 minutes long. Hopefully I won't need to edit it, like cut it down or stuff. I don't think I've sort of ummed or ahed too much. I was just about to then. There we go. So yeah, thanks for watching. Please comment, like and subscribe, and I shall see you guys hopefully a lot sooner than I have left it this time. Bye guys.